coming for a lucky select few audience members. If you look under your chair, you'll find a bottle of Snapple Iced Tea!
Oh my god! This is cool! This is exciting.
We're now sponsored by Snapple and St. Paul's.
Some elderly folk were hanging out. This is what we got in return.
I also have some fluorescent orange cheese. If anybody cares for that, I can bring it in intermission.
Yeah.
It's a very lukewarm no on the cheese. Great,
Is
great,
there
great.
any more Snapple? So I won't be able to finish. And everyone could also, actually I think it should be a puff pasta and give it to your friend. We are not making it now.
No. I don't like Snapple.
That's bad for us.
It's not our last show. It's not
our last show!
Stop asking.
And we keep on throwing surprises at you. The Snapple. It's not our last show. We have two more.
Back to back, two. Next week and the week after we have more shows. I'm excited.
Oh, I'm so excited. It'll be funny. We'll hang out. We'll meet friends. Nicholas Ribola, let's just chat for a second. Pretend no one's here. Sit on the stool. I don't know if people have noticed. Sorry, I didn't mean to reference that there were other people in here. Take off your shoes. Yeah.
No one wants that.
Just take them off. Let the stink air.
I'm wearing wool socks.
That's fair. I did leave a little farty over there for anyone to have fun.
For those of you who didn't get iced tea, you do get farted on there, Jordan.
You're welcome. How are you holding up?
Doing good.
Okay. Okay, that's good. Do you want kids?
Yeah, I think so.
How many?
Either one or three.
Well, and you know it's a privilege you get to choose. Because I just turned it entirely.
And now I feel like shit. And just like that, I'm a garbage
because
man.
I'm having one or twins. And that's because it hurts. Yep. So think about that. You want three that aren't triplets. Okay, what do you want? What do you want their hair color to be?
I feel like I only have one eye. Unfortunately. If one of them ends up being a redhead just by chance, I'd be like, okay, cool.
By chance.
By chance. Who snapped?
If you have anybody in the house, you could go bang it.
No, say more. No, say more.
That's how babies are made.
What about you? How many, you want?
I want cute babies.
You won't, but you only want to birth once.
I want to birth once. Doom boom done. I want to come out being
What do you think labor's like?
Let's go to the amusement park, kiddos.
Put it immediately.
Immediately. We're in the amusement park. And, I don't want to scare them.
This is what the real world is like.
I think motherhood will be easy. Because what's so fun is I was actually babysitting just, if not 2 hours ago. And what was really sweet was like, we were both able, like both of us, like no, even, like I'm so much older than this kid. Like I am intellectually older, spiritually older, like I am more mature. Yeah, we can both laugh at a fart joke immediately. And we can both banter off of that, we can both exist in that, we can both, like, I don't know, I think that's kind of beautiful.
And that's why motherhood is going to be a breeze.
It's gonna be, yes, it's gonna be easy.
Those of you who got farted on, you're getting a preview of Jordan's maternal instincts. All I know about your kids is that you're going to make fart jokes and take them to amusement parks immediately.
And it's gonna be boom, boom, done, let's get out. It's also going to be, I'm also gonna listen to them. Ask some questions.
What's one thing you could never accept your kid doing? Mine's being into WWE. That's where I draw the line. Anything else is cool.
But John Cena has a new haircut.
No.
You know about that? Which I think is huge for the WWE community.
What did he go from?
He went from bald to hair.
Like Grand Theft Auto? Where
Like
you come
Grand
on,
Theft Auto.
they'll give you more hair for money?
Yes, I know that reference.
Mm.
I don't want them to like. I would be very annoyed if they had seasonal allergies.
What?
I think that's very annoying. I think that's profoundly annoying and just trying to create chaos. Yeah, and I can't have that.
They're
in
not
my
choosing
house.
to do it.
Right, it's not a choice.
I was born.
Wow, that was kind of okay, well then we don't have to have them now. No one is saying that we go.
Those are my first words. Should we get the show started?
I think we should get the show started.
Mm.
If you didn't get Snapple, make a friend. And then get ready for this wild ride you're gonna get on. That you're already on because you're seated. Strap up, the kiddos. We have an amazing show today.
Our first guest.
Is a cutie patootie. She literally has blonde hair. She is so funny. She goes to the new school. Ever heard of it? Sorry. And it's fun! Woo!
I'm gonna sit down. Relax a little. This works?
Totally.
May I?
We chose not to.
Let's bring it over. Okay. Hi everyone. I don't know any of you, which is really fun.
What?
I know one person. Should I try to use this? You guys can all hear. Oh. Okay, we're just gonna start. Anyway, okay. So I'm Violet. I'm from Missouri, which is pretty. Anyone from Missouri? No? Awesome. No one ever is. I happen to be bisexual, which is what my whole set is about, which is really fun.
Woo!
Thank you. My sister is too. We have a very queer family, I like to think, which is kind of fun. When we go to family reunions, everyone is like a farmer, because I'm from Missouri, and they all like act surprised, like confused, but I'm like, you guys all knew me growing up. I was homeschooled till high school. I grew up in a bookstore. I wear like hemp clothing that my mom made me. I wore Crocs till I was like 14, so I'm like, what did you expect? Like, the fact that I'm only like half gay is like alarming to me. So that's like, why? How did that happen? So yeah, we're always, me and my sister, like pushing our queer agenda all the time whenever we go home. We're like always trying to talk about it. And our little brother is 14, his name is Blue, that's not a joke. His name is just Blue. But we're always trying to like push it on him, being like, oh, like Blue, like what's going on? Like how are the kisses, you know? And he's like, you know, kind of shy about it. And we were like, okay, he's got time. He's gonna come around. It's gonna be great. But he called us the other day, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, me and my sister, and he's like, hi, I just want to like talk to you guys about something. And I was like, this is it. It's happening. And it's always been the thing where I'm like, 1 in 5. I think that's the statistic. I'm like, 1 in 5, 2 of us in the bag. We can do 1 more. Like, let's do it. And he was like, oh, I'm like really nervous. I don't know if I can like, I don't know. I just need to tell you guys something. And I was like, yes, here we go. And he's like, I only like girls. Oh my God. Like, first of all, the build up, that's just what? And then also, I mean, I do think it's like a win, the fact that he like felt like he had to like come out as straight. Like, I definitely won on that side of things. But it was really disappointing. But anyway, when he said that to me, I was like, it's a choice, and I want you to rethink what you're telling me. No, I was supportive, I guess. But anyway, Tinder is really fun. I have all the options. If you haven't I turned on both guys and girls. I highly recommend it. It's a lot of fun. It's a wide range. Guys are like, do this thing where they just like, their first profile picture is like just a dick pic, which I think is so bold. Like I would love to talk to any of you about that. It's confusing me. Like I feel like girls like the furthest we get is like a cute little like butt pic, like maybe. Like that's the boldest I've seen. But I've never seen like a raw vagina just like out. I think if I saw that I'd be so confused, which is like I'm being a bad person saying this, but like I'd be like, is that like the inside of like a conch shell? Like I don't know. I feel like so good. Or like a Georgia O'Keeffe painting. Like I can't tell what's going on here. But yeah, like my Tinder profile is basically just like it looks like Arthur the Aardvark, which is what my teacher calls me. Which I don't feel bad about. Like look at me. I look like I'm from the cartoon. But I feel like that's like the energy I kind of give off. Like the other day, this guy, I was like on the street corner. And this guy like came up to me and he like made eye contact with me and I was like, fuck, like say something weird. And it was like just us and I was like, oh god, like please don't talk to me. And he kept looking at me up and down and I was like, what? Like he hasn't like catcalled me yet and he hasn't like touched me, like what's gonna happen? And then right before the light changed, he just looked at me and was like, you look like a nerd. And I was like, that also like, is that really the best you could think of? Like that's like that's it. Like I was like, that's just like a fact. Like that's not even cool. Like you look like a nerd. So I think I like kind of give that off. But I also look like I like started a knitting club, I think. Or like I was trying to think about everything. Like I look like I know a lot about coffee. I don't. Like I just like give off that energy. I look like I go to Barnard, like all the time. I don't. Fun fact. But yeah. I also look like I grew up in a bookstore, which I actually did. So, and yeah, I wore Crocs and gauchos, also fact. But I feel like everyone who wore Crocs like past 12. Like definitely is a little gay, so that's your testing. You guys can all just think about that, reflect. But anyway, yeah, that's my short little 5. Probably shorter than 5, but yeah, I'm Violet.
What about giblets? Where do giblets fall into the canon?
Giblets.
The little like medallions that you would put in your.
Oh, I was a simple woman. I got them here in classes. I didn't like those soccer balls. My friends all had the little soccer balls, like ballet shoes. But I didn't want anyone to know about my identity. I was like, it tells too much.
A private life.
Yeah.
A private life. Our next comic. Wow. She is gonna give birth so quickly. It's gonna be one and done. She's gonna put it in her G-Cal. She'll do something before and after. What else can I say? She moves only in right angles. Give it up for Jordan Allen!
It's Journal Planner. Okay. I have friends who live off campus. I'm not going to brag, but I do. And for this whole semester, they've been begging me, Jordan, please can we do a sleepover? It'd be so fun if we did a sleepover. I love sleepovers, don't get me wrong. But they live across Morningside Park. Far, ever heard of it? Far. That's far away. And I am a woman on the move. I'm pregnant, done. Like we have to go. We have to somewhere to go. And the idea of going all the way across the park seems crazy to me. Okay, so now fast forward to a week ago. My roommate sees me in the kitchen. She's like, hey. I just want to let you know, I feel like I was thinking, should I tell you, should I not tell you? It seems like the right thing is to tell you. So there was a mouse in your bed. Just like snuggled, sleeping and snoring in your bed. don't get me wrong, I'm not like anti-animal or like anti-mouse. Like some of my best friends are mice. But this thing just felt like it went too far. And actually I found out yesterday that there was, oh, that's interesting, there was a mouse at the place that I work. I think it's safe to say that it was the same mouse. And that's like really upsetting. So I have moved out and I've quit my job. And but it's been nice getting to go to my friend's home and like hang out with them and do hangout stuff. And it's also, I definitely feel like they like during my stay remembered why they didn't ask me to live with them off campus. Because at the beginning, you know, I'm really polite. I am like, tiptoeing. Like, can I use your water? Can we use your water? I'm not pooping. Fast forward to a week later. I'm strewn on the couch. Everyone's asleep. I have Vanessa Hudgens' movie that's a career-destroying movie on as loud as possible. And everyone leaves the home, and I clog the toilet. And what's interesting about that is that no one's done it yet. One of my friends, she's actually here and she lives in the house. Alice said that she was so amazed at how this toilet just could not get clogged. Like every single time she'd go to the bathroom, she'd be like, "Really? Clogged this time?" And it didn't. And she was like, "This must be the most powerful toilet in the world." Like the idea, like it's just not humanly possible to clog this toilet. They actually didn't even, they just thought, you know, it's so hard, let's not even buy a plunger. No one could do this. I did, and I have once again proven the impossible. You're welcome. But I do think that the face that Nick, who is a co-host of the show and also the first one to see the housewarming gift, I think that his face was probably the same face that I had when I found out there was a mouse lying in my safe zone. Which actually makes you think, like, maybe the mouse and I are not so different after all. Okay, that's all for me. Thank you.
Hang on, it was about 8 in the morning when I found Jordan's special present.
Just for you, kiddo.
She chose to omit the fact that she began the note with, "Dear toilet user." And that her name was nowhere on the note.
This is coming from a guest.
She said, "I have left some remnants." And then, humbly, "I don't know how to fix this."
I had to get to class.
I just couldn't stop for the man. I just drop it and go, honey. Get my fingers in that? I don't think... Alright, I'm being mean. When I was talking about, like, if you were to do that at a place where, like, you didn't know the person, like, you truly just clogged a stranger's toilet and they didn't own a plunger.
I knew everyone when I was close friends with.
So, a totally hypothetical scenario. Would you just stick your hand in and just lift a flush and then just deal with it after?
No.
What?
No.
That's
Call me crazy! Call me crazy! But I want my host to have a comfortable life.
crazy!
Little peanut gallery. Alright. All that aside. Also, I'm gonna do one more joke about it, then we're gonna go on. When I opened it up, I was like, oh, there's just toilet paper in here. That's whoa! Alright, anyways. Our next comic. He is a total dreamboat. You know him, perhaps, if you've been in Akron, Ohio recently, from the Blue Whale Comedy Festival. Please welcome to the stage, Kevin Seafried!
Guys, your host, huh? I almost fell off the stage. That would have been embarrassing. What's going on? I'm glad to see you guys. Hello. This fucking smart crowd, huh? Intimidated by your school, because I dropped out of a good one halfway through. So, glad to be here, man. I'm staying at my brother's house, and I don't like that because he's very handsome. Like, my brother's hot. Like, hot. Okay, my brother was once cast as the body double for James Franco in a TV show. Okay, and I look like if Ed Sheeran died. That's not fair at all. We have the same parents, allegedly. Okay, here's how hot my brother is. My brother, he's a gay guy. He's had 5 boyfriends, and all of them were straight before. Like, people think being gay is a choice. It isn't. My brother decides for you. He just got married, and so before he got married, though, me and my brother, we went down to Philadelphia to visit my grandmother. She was too old to come to town for the wedding, and so we're having lunch with her. She asked how my girlfriend was doing. I said she was doing well. She turns to my brother, and she asked how his friend was doing. My brother said he's doing okay, and she goes, now what should I call him? I don't know what to call him. My brother goes, well, you could say fiance, when we get married, he'll be my husband, but whatever's comfortable for you. And what was the sweetest moment of my 85-year-old grandmother's life, she looks my brother dead in the eyes and she goes, no, it's not about what's comfortable for me. It's about what's comfortable for you. Aww. Isn't that like an adorable moment? Yeah. So later on that night, we're driving back to New York City. We get a call from my mom. She said, I just got off the phone with your grandmother. She had the best time with you two. She can't wait to see you again and hopefully meet Will's playmate. And he wasn't comfortable with that at all. He had to call her up and be like, Grandma, actually, we don't say playmate, okay? He's my leather daddy. That is the term. Playmate is a gross term, right? We're all on board. Why is everything from childhood gross and sexual as adults, right? Like bad boy, naughty girl, daddy's favorite. Spanking's like a gross sex thing, you know what I mean? Like spanking's the only punishment from childhood that's made its way into the bedroom. And I worry because like intelligent people don't hit their kids anymore. So I feel like in 20 years sexuality is going to be totally different. You know what I mean? Like you'll just be with a girl, she'll be like, I've been a naughty girl. Oh yeah? Well then maybe you should take a time out, think about what you've done. 20 minutes in your room, no computer! Then when you're ready to apologize, you can fuck me. So, I don't know, that's a fun one, huh? Okay. I do have a cool family, man. I am from a family of artists. They're my siblings are actors. I'm a comedian. My sister has an Instagram, and my mom loves that my brother is married to a gentleman. My mom is one of those, you guys know those like very, I assume you're Columbia kids, I assume you have the same moms. You guys know those like very liberal white moms, do you know what I mean? Like she's a conservative, but she owns a scarf so she thinks she's liberal. Like that's, my mom thinks shopping at Whole Foods will fix Africa. That's her personality. So my mom was so stoked when my brother came out because it made her like the most diverse white mom at our school. Because I'm one of 5 kids. I have 2 sisters, 2 brothers. Both of my brothers are gay, but growing up, my mom thought my little brother was going to be transgender. And my mom wanted one of my sisters to be a lesbian. So badly. Because then, she would just have like a royal flush of sexuality. She'd win every PTA meeting. She'd be like, straight boy, gay boy. Straight girl, gay girl. And the Rivers, one in transition. So suck it, Karen! I get to run the bake sale, bitch! Take your heteronormative kids out of here. We're making rainbow cupcakes. That's always a fun one to do on campuses because you see some people are like, I don't know if I'm allowed to laugh at all. And then when you say, are we allowed to laugh? Then we laugh at that concept. You know what I mean? It's kind of fun. I like all my siblings. Is everybody on board for that? We'll get into the jokes about my dad later. He'll have a different opinion. I don't know. It's cool. My mom, I love her, man. She's like one of those, she's a very like active person in the scene. Like she's, my mom, she's an activist against domestic violence, you know? That's what you do when you're a 50-year-old woman, right? You find a cause that's never affected you and define yourself by it. Stay with me. I'm not saying you can't raise awareness if you're not a victim, but like if you talk about domestic violence all the time, it doesn't make Dad look good. I don't know. The one she cares a lot about is emotional abuse. You guys know what that is? Very serious issue where a guy like isolate a woman from her friends, make her completely codependent. It's a messed up thing to do. But my mom sometimes will use the term too broadly. Like, I forgot to call her last week, and she called me up, and she's like, Kevin, you can't go a whole week without calling me. That is emotional abuse. No, that just means I didn't need money this week. That's not, emotional abuse isn't when you're mad at someone, it's when there's actual malice, when they do something malicious, right? Like, emotional abuse is like, he gets bad birthday presents. Emotional abuse is like, I don't know, like if your son calls and you refuse to give him money. Like, that's... Got a girlfriend, who's cool, you know, she's a nice lady, I like her a lot. We want to get married, but I just found out how much engagement rings are. Fuck. Do you know how much they're supposed to be?
You're pointing at me, but
No, it's
no.
They're supposed to be 20% of your annual income. 20% of the money you bring in a year. And I love my girlfriend, but I can't survive on just 80% of what I borrow from her. Like, that's not a lot of money. She's a teacher, she gets paid in apples, so... We got in a fight the other day. You guys tell me this is fair. We got in a fight because she came home and I was watching a documentary about serial killers, and she was like, Kevin, you have to stop watching all these shows about serial killers. I'm worried you're going to become a serial killer. And I thought that was really mean because, like, I also watch a lot of sports. She's never come home and been like, I'm worried you're going to become someone I'm attracted to. Like, that's never the case. I'm always worried I'm not attractive enough for her. Like, I'm an insecure guy. Like, whenever we get done, you know, kissing, I need her to tell me I did a good job. I don't know if anybody else is like that. As soon as we finish, I just turn to like a teller from Wells Fargo. I'm like, and were you satisfied with your service today? And she's like, actually, could I see a manager? I just moved to Washington, D.C. from New York City because I gave up, and I need that joke to work for it to feel okay. I used to work here, and I worked as a tour guide over at Ellis Island. I don't know if you guys ever want to have strangers yell their opinions about immigration at you every day, but it's always been my dream. And here's what I found out about people is that a lot of people think they're more progressive than they really are until they start talking. Because I would have people come on my tours over at Ellis, and people would always say this, and I'd be like, you know what, I'm cool with anybody coming to this country, alright, you know, as long as they don't take a job an American would want to do. I didn't know we were allowed to get mad at people just because they have a job that we want. Because if that's the case, I'm mad at most people. But I'm not allowed to get mad about where they were born, right? You ever see me just like, these goddamn people from New Jersey, they're commuting into my city. They're taking all the temporary receptionist work. Build a wall to block the path track. People used to get very weird down there. People get very patriotic by the Statue of Liberty. There's this big American flag, and people love to tell me how much they love the American flag. They're like, dude, I love the American flag a lot. I like it, you know what I mean? I like it a lot. And after like the third time someone tells you how much they love the American flag, you're like, all right, but what are you hiding? You realize the more someone tells you how much they love the American flag, the more convinced you are they own a Confederate one. Sort of like you meet a guy while he doesn't tell you how much he loves his wife. It's like, buddy, we get it. You cheated. Like, that's... People get mad about history down there, but they're really mad if you correct them on history. I had a guy who got upset because I clarified something for him, and he was like, what's next, dude? What's next? Are we just going to take Thomas Jefferson out of the textbooks? Is that what we're going to do? Oh, we're going to take Thomas Jefferson out of the textbooks because he owned slaves. We're going to take him out of the textbooks. We're just going to take him off of Mount Everest. You know that Mount Rushmore was called Mount Everest? Oh, we're going to take him on Everest? No one has ever suggested that, right? Nobody wants to take Thomas Jefferson out of the textbooks. We just want to add in the information that got left out the first time, right? So now instead of saying, like, you know, Thomas Jefferson was a founding father, all the textbooks will read like, you know, like, a founding father, rapist, and slave owner. Thomas Jefferson was a jack of all trades. Like, that's the full story. I was going through all the suicide notes today, and I didn't use them. I just think it's good to have one just in case. You know what I mean? No? Like, what if you find out your parents are cousins? We're just going to keep hanging out? Have a plan. I don't know. I just don't want to have to write that letter on the day that it's due. You guys ever write a paper on the day that it's due? Not a paper. My suicide note to just be full of typos. The first sentence is like, Webster's Dictionary defines suicide as. I've never killed myself. I'm not a ghost, but I called the suicide hotline one time. Not because I wanted to hurt myself. I just been through a breakup and I wanted to talk to somebody who wasn't allowed to hang up on me. And did you guys know when you call the suicide hotline, the first thing you hear is an automated message machine? Yeah, that's how it feels. Just like, you've reached the National Suicide Hotline. That's the saddest thing you could hear. And the only way that can be sadder is if it was just like a ringback tone of a Sarah McLachlan song, and then someone in the background being like, do it. Like, that's... Give it 3 years, you guys will relate. That's more of a joke about your 20s than anything. I have bipolar disorder, which is really fun, you know, about half the time. And I used to go to therapy for it, but I don't go. You guys go to therapy? Yeah, I like it. Good confidence. That's a good thing that I could develop if I fucking went. You know what I mean? But I don't go because my therapist, he did something very untrustworthy. Tell me, I don't know, have you ever been like tricked by a therapist?
No.
No? Oh, you gotta get one. It's, oh man, it changes your life. Okay, here's what happened. My therapist, here's what he would do, is in the waiting room to his office, he would only play sad music. And then I'd get into session and he'd be like, you seem sad. Yeah, you were playing Cats in the Cradle. What, am I gonna not cry? That's no other doctor will get away with that shit, dude. You never go to the dentist's office and in the waiting room he just has like a bowl of Skittles and gravel. It looks like you haven't been flossing. No, don't lie. Gums are bleeding. I like having a girlfriend now because she'll hold my hand. It used to be like if I wanted that, I had to go pay a palm reader $50. And I don't know, you guys ever do that? It's a good deal. I don't know, I used to get my palm read all the time, and like I got the coolest readings. Has anybody ever gotten their palm read? You're laughing at me like you don't believe in the universe. Alright, sorry for having faith in something bigger. My lifeline. I used to get my palm read, and okay, so here's the craziest reading I ever got. One time this lady told me, she looked at me and she said, in the next year you're going to have a baby with a woman who you haven't met yet. And then a year later, you're going to get married to a woman who you already know. All right, mean laugh there, guys. Mean laugh. Oh, you're going to get married to a woman who you already know, who's secretly in love with you, but hasn't said anything because you had a relationship with her sister in the past. And I remember just sitting there being like, are you telling me that I'm gonna be the star of my own telenovela? Dos mujeres, un bebé, no son risa peligrosa. I'm gonna have a baby with one woman in the mirror and another that's 2 season finales. You guys speak Spanish? Everybody speak Spanish here? See? Who said see? Love it. There's always like one, and I don't mean to generalize you, but usually what happens you're sober and it's a Tuesday, but usually I'll do a show on like, you're not sober? You're a fucking crazy drunk! What do you do when you get hammered? I go and sit quietly with a book in the front row. Okay, cool, well you hold it well. Usually what happens is there will be like one drunk sorority girl at like a Saturday show who will be like, claro que sí! And then I'll try to talk to her in Spanish and she'll be like, but not really. I just did a semester abroad in Arizona. Like I don't really I love Spanish. I think Spanish is the sexiest language. I've had her emojis, and it was my favorite class in high school because, like, you guys remember how like a high school Spanish class, like that's just a regular preschool class. But parts of it are in Spanish. You know what I mean? They just sing at you the whole time. They're just like, Buenos dias, Buenos dias. Everybody, join in! No, thank you, senora. I'm actually not having a great day. You just made me sing in front of the whole class. Now I'm all embarazada. Oh, that means pregnant. Well, this is gonna ruin my quinceañera. I always felt bad for my Spanish teachers for when they had to be around like the real teachers, you know? Like when they had to compare their lesson plan. I feel like you guys aren't fully thinking about it. Imagine a faculty meeting, okay, where the principal's like, all right, everybody, tell us what you're doing this week. What are you guys doing in, what are you guys doing in history? And the history teacher's like, we're studying the impact of colonialization upon the Navajo, whatever smart shit they have gone on. And he turns to the physics professor's like, what are you guys studying? And the physics professor's like, physics, I don't know enough to do examples. But then he gets to the Spanish teacher, like, what are you guys studying? Well, this week we were learning colors. Next week I was just gonna wear a sombrero. It's Cinco de Mayo, so. Also, I think one of the boys in my class is pregnant. I think. You guys like babies, or do you live in the city? How are these people? All right, an adamant New York response. I love it, man. I like babies. All my friends hate babies. I have all these artsy friends. I went to an art school because when I grew up, I wanted to be a waitress. And all my friends hate babies, which I don't understand because it's my friends who brag about being like very accepting. But like hating babies, that's the least justifiable bigotry, right? Because like there's a shitty person in every group. Except for babies. I mean, like, I fucking hate misogyny, but I've been hurt by at least one woman. I've never been hurt by a baby. You know what I mean? Like, I've never, like, been hanging out with a baby for 2 years, and then found out that I've been playing peekaboo behind my back for a year and a half. Like, that's... Never worked up the courage to go up to my favorite baby and be like, look, I love you, baby. And the baby's like, that's not what this is. I've never had a baby like disappear on me for 9 months and then show up on my porch with a baby. Like that's... You guys are chill, dude. You guys are cool. Anybody from Boston? Fuck yeah, my kind of crowd. Has anybody been there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you guys said that like you have been there, and I love it. It's a terrible town. I lived in Boston for 2 years because I lost a bet, and I hate Boston so much. I don't like their accent, it's just a regional speech impediment. Here's the thing, man, is when I lived in Boston, here's what I found out, is that the entire personality of that whole city is just liking sports. Not playing them, just liking them. That's the whole city. Like, I don't know, like, if you go into a bar in Boston, every bar in Boston, there's always like one old dude who his only goal in life is to convince you that Bill Belichick is a genius. And I'm a Jets fan, so I don't watch football. And so every time we go into this bar, there'd be one guy who's like, dude, fucking Bill Belichick. Do you guys know who Bill Belichick is? No, I gotta stop playing indie crowds. I gotta go back to Times Square. Fucking play for some bros, dude. Alright, how can I make this about David Foster Wallace so you can... How can we all kind of get it, but be like, well, I know that it's a book, but I haven't read it. I read 3 pages and I got a bandana, so it's fucking... more like William Wordsworthless. Does that hit for any lit majors? That's a fun joke. That That's one of my favorites. No crowd has ever liked it before. Okay, let's change jokes. We're gonna get away from the Boston stuff, although we were gonna fucking hate on that city. You guys didn't do the research, and I feel like, who's that on? You know what I mean? Probably on me. I should have sent the syllabus ahead of time. I don't know, man. I will tell you guys this. Hold on, can I think of a closer real quick so I can impress them?
Totally.
And then I'll get out of here. Let's see. See which of my jokes. Oh fuck! I got progressive shit. Y'all are gonna love this. Growing up, my family, like I said, I have both my brothers are gay gentlemen. But growing up, my mom thought my little brother was gonna be transgender, so like we learned how to use the right pronouns. You know what I mean? Like somebody switched genders, switched pronouns, very easy to do. So growing up, I never understood the people who couldn't figure it out. You know what I mean? So it's like, how can you not remember making like one change? How can you not remember making a little change to protect someone's identity, right? How can you not remember it's a little change? You can't remember making like a little change. I never understood it. You can't remember making a fucking little change until last year my credit card company switched from the swipe to the chip, and I was like, okay, I get it. Because I couldn't figure that out for months. I would just be standing in CVS like swipe, 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 and the cashier would be like, actually it's the chip now? And I'd be like, not in my America! Born to swipe and stay to swipe! I don't know, it's the first time I've ever like had to try and think about why somebody, like I'm trying to be more open-minded to bigotry. Do you guys know what I mean? Not like accepting it, but just like understanding where people how they got to where they got to, right? Like I never understood the people who were mad about the kneeling during the national anthem. It's like, why do you give a fuck what somebody else does during a song, right? It's like, how does that affect you what someone else does during a song? I don't understand how that could happen. And I was like, I would never get mad about what somebody else does during a song. But then a few weeks ago, I was at my brother's wedding, and I saw someone just free dancing during the cha-cha slide. And I was like, that's offensive to our nation? It's right foot, left stomp, not right foot be a fucking asshole, okay? Alright guys, we got to thank you now. Jordan!
I don't want to get picked up by our guests. Let's hear it again for everyone you saw tonight.
So fun.
As we said, we got a show next week. And we got a show the week after that. I'm freaking out already.
And then that'll be our last show, and that'll also be, and then you can celebrate your festivities. Or start celebrating now, because
And
Happy
Hanukkah.
Hanukkah! Woo! This is so fun. I like this back and forth of the microphone.
Jordan's studying abroad. Thank you guys so much for coming. Have a fantastic week.
I really love you to say that every time.
He's really good. He's just good. Yeah.
I gotta say, as a gay trans American,